So the first thing you want to do is get into a program that's going to help you, or find a top producer that will work with you. Don't go to somebody and you want all your answers from somebody who just started real estate investing like you did. They don't know much more than you do. And people think watching stuff on YouTube and looking at what people post is going to help you. It really doesn't, because they don't tell you all the pieces, and a lot of people share enough information so that they can sell you their bigger packages, or they can sell you their deal machine, or they can sell you their, whatever program that they're looking to sell. We started the RIA meetup so we could share information that's going to help you close a deal. I have programs too, but I'm not always here saying to you, buy my program. If you go to the website, you'll see them, and then you can see what works for you. But I really want you to understand real estate investing, and the real estate investing is shifting. It's changing. If you don't understand the basics now, and it continues to move the way it's moving, everything is online. So there's even more people trying to do real estate investing without anybody that helps them. So they end up doing a lot of things wrong, and then other people that are doing it right, now laws come into play that say, okay, you can't wholesale in this state, or if you wholesale, you got to be a licensed agent. So they're going to start shifting all that stuff. Okay, is it still frozen? Please tell me, because on my side it's not. I'm fine on my side. I don't see it frozen. And I think what you saw is somebody sent me a text. I would have laughed at the text that they sent me because it was pretty funny, but it's gone now. So that's probably what froze it. So the thing you want to do is really focus on finding the deal. If you will invest, I promise you, invest in a mentor, invest in a list. Get a good list, at least 500 names in a particular zip code. Don't do like some of the students. Okay, thank you so much, Lisa. Don't do like some of the students that I've seen that have turned around and they have, they've not invested in a good list, or they've over-invested in the list. I've had people say to me, and I think that's Corrine, tell me if I said your name correctly. Thank you for letting me know the video froze. But, and Lisa, thank you for telling me it's unfrozen. So now the thing is, some people spend, I had one person that spent thousands of dollars on a list and sent out over 10,000 pieces of mail. And then when his phone started ringing, he didn't know what to say. So we even give you the worksheet of the questions that you can ask. And get in the habit of asking those questions. Don't do the contract without having all those questions, because one of the things, asking the seller all the questions on the worksheet, whether it's the for sale by owner worksheet, the expired listing worksheet, we have like 10 different worksheets. They basically have similar questions. And main question is, do you own the property? Is the deed in your name? Who else is the owner of this property? How many bedrooms? How many bathrooms? What are the status of the taxes? Because I've seen people go into contract and then, they're in contract, they gave the deposit money and the house got sold because the person didn't pay taxes, and they didn't have time yet to even give it to the title company. So you want to ask these questions. You want to find out how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, how long have you had the property? How did you acquire the property? Why are you selling it now? Do you need the money from this to do something specific? Because some people will say, no, I really don't need the money right now. And some people will say, if I could get this money paid to me monthly, it would help me because I'm going to retire to Florida, and having a paycheck come every month would be helpful. So you're pulling all the information. That is what the worksheet is for. When you're speaking to the seller, either by phone, first thing is to get them to call you. Get them to text you back, to email you back. That puts you in the place of power. When you're just chasing them down, they feel in control. So I like to set it up where they're calling me. And so marketing is key. If you put a budget aside for your marketing, keep increasing your marketing. Remember, the world is going all technology right now. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate it. It's going all technology right now. So even more people are going to be out there promoting real estate. And so if you are not promoting yourself and really making sure that you are marketing yourself and they see you and hear you and know that you're in real estate, it's not going to be very helpful, because the experts like myself, we're out there all day, every day, and know what to say, and the new technology and all this stuff that's going on. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your name is out there. Make sure even on your social media, you are letting people know that you are in real estate. Post something now and then. If you have a property you're selling, post some information on it. 3-bedroom, 2-bath in Hicksville needs some work. Great investment property, or great opportunity to make $20,000 cash quick. Things like that catch people's eye and they pay attention. So you want to keep promoting yourself so people call you. And when they call you, when they respond to your postcards, to your letter, to your texts, your email, whatever it is, the message you left them, read every question on the worksheet. Don't go halfway and then you say, oh they gave me the price I wanted, so I took it. Or they said yes, and so I took it. Because answering all the questions will give you a really good idea of how to analyze the deal and the terms of the deal. Because there's questions like, do you need the money now? You also want to know, do they have a mortgage? What are their taxes in the area? What repairs have they done? If they were going to keep the property, what repairs would they do? And when you keep asking all these questions, they become very natural to you. It's like the next time you speak to somebody, those questions will just come out of you. So in the beginning, if you are afraid to read the questions to the person, you can say, my team and I have so many deals coming in. I like to make sure that everything is, I'm not mixing up, people. And so, or I'm mixing up properties or clients, whatever. I'm not mixing up the transaction. So what I do is we have to write all the information down. And another thing you never want to do is let the person know that you are the one making all the decisions. When I'm talking to a seller, I like to say I have to go back to my team. Even though I'm going to make the final decision in a lot of them, not always, because some deals I do partner up with other people. But even if I weren't, I would say I got to go back to my team and see, what they think of these numbers. Or I've got to go back and speak to my husband or my son or my mother, whatever it is that you are telling them you're doing the deal with, you want to know. Or you can even say, I have to speak to my money team and make sure that this works. In the beginning, you want as much help as possible so you do the first transaction right. And then more money will come. And so don't be the kind of new investor that says, I'm going to do it all by myself. I can get all this information online. I can go watch the YouTube videos and I could get this. It's so easy. My cousin said they did it, and if they could do it, I know I could do it. And I'm going to do it all by myself so I could keep all the money. And then 6 months go by, you haven't closed a deal yet. A year goes by, you haven't closed a deal yet. Or don't be the kind of investor that you say, I've invested in this program, but then you want to do the program your way. The person that put the program together, put it together because that is the way they learned, if they're not just selling you a program. And so I like to tell people, if you're getting into real estate investing, don't start with people that have never been in real estate, but now because anybody, there's programs now that somebody can go and get your book or a book very similar to your book. I write books on real estate investing. So they can go get my book or a book very similar to mine and just put their name on it. And they've never done a deal. So you really want to make sure the person has experience, because the more experienced a person is in real estate investing or a real estate sales agent, the bigger their team is. They know attorneys, they know title companies, they have cash buyers, they know real estate agents, they know contractors. Every part of the deal, we either know a person or know how to find a person in any state because of the experience. Real estate itself is not changing drastically, but the way you go about getting your deals and selling your deals will change, and now you'll be doing it more automated. And so you want to get into the basics as quickly as possible. How many conversations do you have and let people know that you're in real estate? How many times a day do you say, when I leave my house today, or when I, if you're home because of COVID, when I go on social media, I'm going to make sure I don't get off social media until I find 3 people that need to buy or sell a house. Have goals like that. It'll help you, and it'll get you moving your business faster. So those are pretty much the basics of real estate wholesaling. And you can ask me more, because there's things like the kind of contract you need, where to find title companies, attorneys. You might have some questions, and so I'm willing to answer them. Text me, send me a message in the group, and I'm okay with you sending the message offline. We have over 200 people in this group, and some people are great, already doing really good in deals, and some people say, Wendy, I'm only interested in short sales. Other people say, I'm only interested when you do trainings on probate. I really don't want to, know all the other stuff. So make sure that if you have a question, you can feel free to either email me, text me, and I'll be happy to help you. The only times I am not available to help people on Sunday and Monday. I have a women's ministry, and so I focus those days on the ministry. However, if you text me and say, I'm in the middle of this deal right now and I need help with a question, I will shoot you a text. But if you're just asking me questions because you need to know something, I probably will not answer it until the next day, but I'm here to help you. So that's number 1. Number 2, one of the things I want you to get out of your real estate basics, and when you are talking to a lot of sellers, you're going to run across a lot of deals. You're going to run across deals where you can rent it with an option to buy. You can rent it and then rent it to somebody else. You're going to run into deals where they say, I'll work with you to sell the property and we can split the profit. There's so many options when you've got a lot of deals coming to you. And even though you're starting wholesaling, learn how to analyze the deal and see what other ways you can work the deal. And I'll be happy to help you with that, because as I said, I don't think there's a deal I have not done already. I've done everything from a 1-bedroom strip mall, multi-level properties, all types of deals I can tell you I have done. And if I've not done it, I can find somebody that can help give you the guidance on what you need to know to get you to do the deal. I've done deals where it was rent with an option to buy. I've done sandwich leases. So one day I'll do a training on leases, because I think when people get into wholesaling, they forget that wholesaling is like a job. Unless you're always got a deal going, a paycheck is not coming in. But sometimes when you got those deals coming in, you'll run across a 2-family that you may want to keep, a 3-bedroom, a 2-bedroom, whatever, something that's potential for you to keep it. And some of them, as your credit is needed and not money. And some of them, some money is needed. And some of them, you can buy it, control it now, and pay them later. I've had deals where I had the seller sign everything over, and then I pay them in stages. and they were happy with it. So the circumstance, that's why I say your first meeting, just collect information. And then if you don't know how to analyze the deal, ask me. I'll be happy to help you. And I'm not going to say to you, if I helped you analyze the deal, you got to give me $10,000. No, but if I help you do the deal, then of course I'm going to say, yeah, we need to partner up. But if you're asking me questions and I'm just giving you information, that's different. Especially the people in my Yellow Letter Mentoring program, I definitely look to help you even faster and quicker. And so one of the things you want to do is, again, look at the properties, because if you want to become financially free, you want to have as many properties as you can that you are renting out. So I always say, if you have one property, and let's say your car note is $500, and that property gives you a profit after you pay all the expenses, whether it's your hard money loan, whether it's your traditional loan, or and you do all the repairs, and you made a $500 profit, that house is your car house. It pays your car note. If you bought a 4-family or a 2-family and you rented the whole place out and you stayed with mom and dad a little longer, or you stayed in the apartment a little longer, now when you buy your house, that 4-family becomes your house. So the 4-family is paying itself, it's paying its own mortgage, and it's also paying for the house you live in. And this is how wealthy people think. When you see somebody that's spending all their money, but they don't invest in other real estate property, or they don't own any real estate, they're never going to become wealthy, because you still got to do another wholesale deal. But once you put a tenant in a property, that tenant's going to continue to pay you. And if they don't pay you and you have to evict them, let's say a year later, 2 years later, it happens. It's not happened to me a lot. I've been in the industry now about 30 years, as I said, and I've probably had to evict people maybe 5 times. And that's because I really didn't qualify them when I put them in there. When you truly qualify the property and the person, they end up staying longer than you can imagine. So one of the things you want to look at is getting a house that you can keep and rent it out, because that is where you become financially free. And so if you're like me, you didn't get into real estate just to wholesale. You got into real estate because you want a quality life. And if you're a real estate agent, you're not going to get paid unless you keep taking listings or you keep taking buyers out. And so it's really important that when you get paid your commissions on your own properties, when you get paid your commissions, take that commission and invest it in a property you own that you can rent out. The stats are saying that next year, 2021, because of COVID, everything is going to reopen back up. But the world is so shifted that more people are going to be renting. More people are going to be renting. They say the hotels and the Airbnbs are going to do much, much better, because more people that have not been able to travel for work, the millennials make so much money, but they could live in Atlanta and work in Paris, and so they need to rent. Or they can live in Paris and come to New York to work. So you're going to have opportunities with a lot of Airbnbs, a lot of people that need to rent. And there's places that you can find properties that will make sense, near colleges, near the hospital, near the stadiums, near just different places that will make good income for you. But I don't want you to think that wholesaling is a financial freer. Wholesaling is good to catch up on your bills right now, to get some money saved, to work on your credit. And don't work on your credit on your own. This is why I tell you guys, contact Anthony Williams. Text him. Say, I'm thinking of buying a house and such. What can you give me as a game plan? Here's my credit score. He might even say there's a great program that'll work for you. but start putting your ducks in order so that you become financially free. Again, you did not get into real estate to hustle and to get another job, and wholesaling is another job. Whoever tells you differently is lying to you. Even if you put something in place where it's churning out 10 deals a month, you still got to churn it out. But once you put a tenant in the property, you basically can just make sure that the place is in order. And when you have enough deals, you can hire management. And so start thinking, before I go buy this, I raised my kids telling them, before you buy a car, and the reason I was able to buy their cars cash is because of real estate. But when they had to buy their own cars, I'd say, listen, buy some property before you buy the car. Buy some property before you move into your own property. And this is what I teach people, because that's how I learned. I bought a 4-family before I bought my own townhouse that me and my kids lived in until they were in high school. From the townhouse, we moved to a house on the water because of all the equity in the townhouse. And so we took the cash out of that. Well, we sold that townhouse, which I wish I hadn't have done. But I sold that townhouse and I bought a house that was less money on the water, but it needed fix-up. And we kept going from there. So you definitely get wealthier when you own real estate. So start looking to own. And as a real estate investor, there's so many ways to own a lot of real estate. And because of LLCs and different corporations, everybody doesn't even know how much property you own. But your bills will know because you're not struggling to pay them. And that's very, very important. So I hope this has been helpful to you. I'm actually encouraging you to text me if you have any questions. If you need a worksheet for questions, I like the fact that people are putting questions in there. Like we had, I forgot the gentleman, I believe he's probably on here tonight, but he wanted to know how to get cash buyers, and I was able to just share some quick ways to do it. But also he did the smart thing. He went in the group and he put, do I have any cash buys in this area? The other way to do that is to go into at least 2-3 groups in the zip code you are working on and put it on there. I'm looking for cash buyers in 303 zip code, whatever zip code you're in, and look for people that say, I want to be on your list, and then feel them out. Feel them out. Make sure that these are the type of persons you want to work with. And build your business with a solid and a strong foundation. It's better to build the foundation correctly than to race and think, I got a deal done, but I really don't know what I did and how I did it, because it can come back to bite you in the neck. And you thought, you did a good deal. And also, you don't want to build bad habits. So the first thing I would encourage you to do if you're new to wholesaling is to decide on which area you want to focus on, and don't be afraid to focus in neighborhoods where other investors are, because there's competition, but there's also deals there. That's why they're there. And so now you have to work a little bit harder so as many people know you as know the people that are in that area. And you want to put your feelers out. So remember, you are in a relationship building industry. Don't be nasty to the people you work with. They won't want to work with you, and they don't have to. Don't be nasty to the title company, to the attorneys, to the other cash investors, to your mentors, to your own team, because you need them to build your business. You need them. It's a small industry. I left real estate at one time for about 9 years, but everywhere I went, people were harassing me about real estate because I had built a name for myself in real estate. And so you want to do the same. Build a name for yourself in real estate. And once you do that, the deals will keep coming to you. So you got to put your name out there. Market yourself. We have a sheet that is called the Yellow Letter Mentoring marketing quadrant, and it shares with you some ways you can market yourself for free. And one of the ones I love is just putting on social media whatever name you want to put. We buy houses cash, and that still works. It doesn't work as fast as it used to because so many people are doing it, but you got to keep it up there and people will call you. And some people will call you when they need you. So put that out there. Be consistent. Craigslist, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are on social media, Twitter, everywhere you are, put that out there. And then tell the people that are friends and family, even at the day job you have, whether you're online or not, whether you are a temp or not, tell people that your full time is you're a real estate investor, and they'll remember it. Especially if you're a courteous, kind person, people will want to work with you. They don't care that you don't know everything. If you treat them well, they'll give you time to learn what you need to. But if you're nasty and you're the whiner, or you're the type of person that doesn't want to get up and do anything, you're not a go-getter or any of that, then nobody wants to work with you. One of the things I normally do is start with mindset, but I'm going to end with mindset tonight. And this is why I'm telling you, it's so important to keep building teams. Some of the people you know today, I can't tell you how many people I've met in real estate that no longer do it because they had nobody guiding them, and they laughed at me when I kept saying, I invest in my mentors. If Robert Allen, he no longer trains to this level, like the level that he did when I first started. But be willing to read the books, to invest in a program, and don't listen to everybody. Find one person and you say, that person speaks to me, and get everything you can from them. Get everything you can from them, and then move around as you need to after that, after you've built your business. There's not too many differences in how to wholesale, so nobody's come up with this great new way to wholesale. They'll tell you that, but there really isn't. They're selling you pieces of the same thing. It's the same thing. You find a house at a discounted price, and then you find a buyer that has cash to pay you and is willing to pay whatever your contract fee is or your assignment fee is. And then you have the title company, the attorneys in some state. You get the deal done. You either close first with the seller so you can get paid. Sometimes they want to do both of them simultaneously. There's no new way to wholesale. So again, but the thing is, you want to continue to build your relationships so you can sell more property, and stay focused on your business, because there's so many distractions out there. So much is going on. And we're turning, people are concerned. I'm not going to do anything till we see who wins, whether it's going to be Biden or it's going to be Trump again. It doesn't matter. If you've got your business in order, no matter who's president, and you keep going, you just shift with the tide. And that's all there is to it. Or some people say, I want to do this, but, get your butt out of the way and keep going. That's what I say. So you just definitely want to keep going. Stay focused, have a game plan, have a vision board with, I do 10 deals a month. This is how I'm going to do it. Or I'm going to do my first deal within the next week, within the next 30 days. The more time you give yourself to learn the business, the better and easier your deals will be. And it'll be better because you've built a team along the way. And, I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to seeing you guys again. And I hope you got at least one tip you can use in your real estate investing. Next time we're going to do a training on some of the tools that are out there, and some of the tools I like to use and work with. Thank you, Duke. I appreciate that. Yeah, and so next time we'll talk about the tools. I know some people, you got stuff going on, so we get a lot of people that watch the replay and don't make it this late on the program. But as long as you got some information out of it, and anything that I talked about you did not understand, text me and I'll be happy to explain it. But I think you have enough tonight to go, chew on some of the meat that we shared tonight and get your business started. Get your business going. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.